Alright, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video is a video that I have to make. It is a question that a lot of people are asking. I've been on the subreddit of Reddit NBA. I've been on the subreddit of Reddit Lakers. There was recently a post made about Stephen Curry. And the question is, for this video, is Stephen Curry washed? And I'm going to be quick on this. I'm going to say this right away. No, he is not washed. Yes, he is having less production this season, but we will explain a little bit of what's going on with Stephen Curry. If you're not following the Warriors, if you're not following what's going on, and you're just looking from the outside and thinking, what's going on over there? Why is he only averaging 22 points per game? Again, there are people who are literally saying he's washed. I've seen the comments. I've been wondering myself what's going on sometimes, but you know, in doing a lot of my research and in taking the time more recently to watch more Warriors games, the problem is very apparent. It is very clear. First and foremost, let's go through his stats. 22 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists per game on 44% field goal percentage. And by the way, he's still shooting 40% from three. Now let's get into the big problem, 22 points per game. If you just look at Curry's career, which I actually should have had this pulled up already, 22.1 points per game this year. Last year was 26.4. The year before that was 29.4. The year before that was 25.5. The year before that was 32. And the year before that was 20, although I think he got hurt this year, so this one's not really going to be too relevant. Is there games played? Yeah, 5 games. Okay, so that makes sense. Anyway, in talking about, the lack of points being scored, we need to evaluate the roster. This roster is the worst roster Stephen Curry's had in quite a while. Going through the forwards, Kyle Anderson, Jonathan Kuminga, Jackson Rowe, Gui Santos, Andrew Wiggins. Going through the guards, Steph Curry himself, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, Gary Payton, Brandon Podziemski, Dennis Schroeder, Pat Spencer, Lindy Waters. Forward center, Draymond Green, and then center forward, Trace Jackson Davis, Kevon Looney, center, Quentin Post. So, looking at this roster, there's huge issue. And that issue is, aside from Stephen Curry, no one's even averaging 20 points per game. There is a huge lack in scoring. I mean, no disrespect to a lot of these players, they're good in their own right, but you don't have an offensive threat. There is no one on here averaging 20 points per game aside from Stephen Curry. There is no one on here that is legitimately an offensive threat to where the defense is going to have to say, hey, let's back away from Steph a little bit because we have to focus on this guy too. That doesn't exist for this Warriors team. They don't have another star, and Draymond Green has never been an offensive guy. He's always been a defensive guy. So this roster is just not good enough. It's not good enough in any way. You're asking too much of Steph Curry to try and lift this team up to get wins. It's not realistic. Also leads me to talking about, his recent performances where the discussion has become, hey, is Steph Curry washed? 14 points in his last game, then 21, then 13, then 21, then 14, then 18, then 26, then 31, then 26, and then 17, and then 31, 26, 30, and then 11. 22 is not bad. Then 38, and then 10, and 31, and then 2. Do you see where the problem's coming from? The consistency has not been there. It's definitely not there. Watching the games has been really frustrating because you think, is he just not being aggressive? Is he just not the same player? Is he just slower? Like, no. Defenses have just mastered the Warriors in a sense because they're not afraid of anyone other than Stephen Curry. Watching the games, anytime Steph Curry touches the ball, he's always passing it to a wide open player or giving some kind of look to his team where it's like, this is a great pass. He's helping out his team. Also, the defensive attention that he brings really does open up a lot of holes for this offense to attack. But going back to this roster, they're just not good enough. They are straight up just not good enough. And then another huge reason, and this is a huge reason, a lot of people haven't talked about this. His minutes has been heavily restricted. Heavily. We talk about players like LeBron, father time hasn't gone up to him yet. Bron's still able to get you 38, 39 minutes in a game if he needs to. Curry, the most minutes he's logged in a game this season, and that's because he's only done it like once or twice, was 36 minutes. but his average minutes, 31 minutes per game. That is bad. That's bad because you need him to play more than 31 minutes per game. Ideally, you like to see 35, 36, 34 at the lowest in my opinion, just because he's so good. 31.7 is too small. It's too low. The reason though behind the minutes is he's having, issues, just with his body, and that makes sense because if you think about it, he's coming back from a gold medal summer. Most of these players, they rest up in the summer. They really, really, take care of their body and recover. Steph played over the summer, and yeah, you can say he didn't have a great first 7 games of the tournament or whatever, but the last 2, obviously he carried. But not only that, it still requires you to be constantly training and being intense, and his body needed to recover. He didn't. This season, it's showing. It is very much showing. You can say, no, that's not an excuse. Well, the matter of the fact is he's averaging one of the lowest minutes per game of his career in 31 minutes per game. It's just it's low. It's low. And then you mix that with the combination of, well, guess what? His roster isn't great. What do you think you're going to get? I mean, think about it. Who here can just outright score at will? Nope. Who here is a star outside of Stephen Curry? Nope. You look at a team like Boston. I mean, think about it. They have Jason Tatum, who's a superstar. Jaylen Brown, who's an all-star, all-NBA kind of player. They have Kristaps Porzingis. They have Derek White. They have Jrue Holiday. They have a rising Payton Pritchard. You want to talk about the Lakers, and even though their record isn't great, they still have AD and LeBron James, 2 superstars. And then you have a star in Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, in my opinion, would be the second best player on this team. Seriously, Austin Reeves would be the second best player on this team. It's not good enough. Stephen Curry does not have the help. And then you think about, okay, where does Jimmy Butler come into the fold? Can the Warriors get him? In my opinion, that would help, especially in the playoffs. But as far as the regular season, they're still going to be 7th seed at the best, because Jimmy Butler is not a regular season guy. You're really putting it all in the playoffs and saying, you know what, that's where we're going to shine. Unlike Jordan Poole, where he can just, free fire and do whatever. Wizards aren't trying to win, so Jordan Poole can just shoot whatever, do whatever. Steph Curry is actually trying to make the right plays, and he's actually trying to make the right passes, and he's trying to win. Okay, we're not going to do a whole lot of film review, but I do want to make an emphasis on really just saying Steph Curry is still really good. He is still that guy, even in a flawed roster construction, to where he's really just having to do too much. And also taking into account that he's not playing a whole lot compared to what he's used to. 31 minutes per game is not enough, like I said. So, when taking this into consideration, I still want to emphasize how good Steph Curry is and how much defense is focused in on him. Let's take a look right here. This is a prime example. So we got a play going to Draymond, Lou Dort. If you don't know, the Dort to Chamber, very much a big deal. But let's look at how much Steph Curry, again, takes up from the defense. You got Lou Dort right here. Okay. Steph comes across. Wiggins got another screen there. Shea went down. Comes up. I mean, that is just... he's still Stephen Curry. That is not an easy shot. Not an easy shot. And then just boom. Steph Curry, he can still do it. Like, he can definitely still do it. Okay, keep it going. Steph right here. Sitting back. Buddy Hield misses terribly. Draymond, great pass. And look at the closeout from these two. Steph's going to be getting all the attention, of course. Just doesn't matter. This is what he can do, man. He's still Stephen Curry. All right, Curry just dribbling up the floor. Good defense, good defense. Ikepato, good hedge. Curry's just, that's unguardable. Curry dribbling it up right here. Great defense, great defense. Great hedge by Rudy Gobert. Curry's just, he gets the shot off quick. That's a lot of defensive attention. Most players just really can't do much about that, but I mean, damn, bro. What can you say? This is incredible. And not only that, you also have to understand these two right here. If Curry says, I'm just going to blow by, you bet your ass. Boom. Boom. They move in because he gets that much defensive attention. Jaden McDaniels on him. Rudy Gobert on him. DiVincenzo's even paying attention. He's like, all right, what's up? Curry goes left. I'm here. Curry attacks the basket. Nas is here. Ant is here. This is literally great defense. This is just Curry being, well, Stephen Curry. I mean, you can't say anything bad about this man. I mean, sure, say, oh, but he's averaging 22 points a game. I mean, I've said it a million times on this video, and I'll say it again. The roster is a huge problem, and his body not being able to recover over the summer is a huge problem, clearly. He's also missed 9 games already. So, clearly, it's a problem. Now, is it fixable? Of course. I think as the season progresses, you have to hope that they're able to ramp up his minutes if need be. Also, I think this is very important. If the Warriors make a trade, then you're going to see Steph Curry probably turn it up a bit more with a more competitive roster. But right now, and the reason why I say that is because he'll have help. Defenses won't just be able to zone in solely on him. Watching that Thunder game where the Warriors actually won, Steph had 4 points at half, but if you were watching the game, I mean, oh my God, the defenses were just locked down on Steph, and Steph was making a lot of great passes, opening up the offense. The roster they have just can't do much with it, like I said. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Steph Curry, in my opinion, is still Stephen Curry. I think things will improve, as long as the roster improves. And as far as his minutes go, it should ramp up the more competitive they are, because it's just going to have to. If he wants to win like he says he does, it's just going to have to at some point. 31 minutes, again, is just not enough. Feel free to like and subscribe, though. As always, this is All We've Been Different. And we out.